Good Sunday morning, live from Cavendish Farms Wellness Center in Montague the Beautiful, Prince Edward Island. Montague. Let's make some noise and welcome to the ice your Eastern Dukes. Good Sunday morning from Montague, Prince Edward Island, as we are all set for a 12-hour rematch between the visiting Basin Armada and your hometown Eastern Dukes. Dukes posted a 5-0 lead after 2 last night. Armada, with no give up whatsoever, won the third period, and we should have a dandy tilt again today. We'll have the anthem, and we'll be ready to go momentarily with you. My name is Mark Rooney, joined by Sean McCormick on video for High Button Sports. Thank you so much for tuning in. For your Eastern Dukes, starting on defense, number 3, Quinn McDonald. On defense, number 20, Aiden Green. At forward, number 7, Cohen Godkin. At forward, number 9, Nash Langell. At forward, number 17, Blake Hartman. And in goal, number 31, Mason McCausland. Today's CCM Sports 7th player, Alex Green. At this time, if you are able, we'd invite you to please stand and join in the playing of O Canada. We're all set to go. Starting goaltenders for the Armada, Alec Hugh McLeod, and for the Dukes will be Mason McCausland, number 31. This is our first game in the league today. There will be others. The Wildcats and Highlanders will drop the puck in about an hour from Port Hawkesbury. The Thunder are across the bridge to visit the Rebels in Tyne Valley, starting again at 12. And later on today, weather permitting, we're supposed to have some weather, Kings and the Thunderbirds will be underway. And we are underway. Welcome to all those who are joining us on High Button Sports, particularly those from afar, fans of the Armada and friends and family and so on. These two, of course, met about 9 days ago in the Ice Jam semifinal. And if memory serves correctly, the Dukes had a 5-2 victory there on the back of a couple of empty netters late. Last night was a matching 5-2 victory. The Armada, no doubt, looking to come out hot and get the first one this morning. Thompson gets it out of his own zone up to DeBay. DeBay shot right on McCausland, got a piece of it. That's all he needed as the rebound was picked up. Maidment, the captain, successful clear of his own zone. Broussard will pick that up at center. Tipped ahead. Maidment touches that with the high stick, brought down, no problem. This one's going to send back down towards No icing. McCausland out to play it. That's the hybrid icing, and for safety reasons, and that one, good effort by the Armada forward to negate that. Now Ty Murnahan battling behind his own. With some good forechecking, tying the Dukes in early. We've just played a minute and a half. Hope your coffee's still fresh. A slip there, accidental, no trip on the call. Bungie trying to get that around. He'll get it behind his own zone, bank that off the wall, up to center. Henry took a swing and a miss at this. Now Auld with the first chance, Auld in alone. McCausland stands tall. And easily the first test for either goaltender. So a turnover by the Dukes resulted in a at least partial breakaway by Isaac Auld and Mason Auld, and he was defended well by McCausland. Tested early. Fougere, one of the Armada's leading scorers, was busy last night, slid backhanded through the crease by Chisholm. So lots of pressure early, no doubt, satisfying Coach Matt Donnelly and the rest of the Armada staff. They all had a good sleep last night, ready to go this morning. It's a quick turnaround on the island here between Saturday night and Sunday morning. A late Saturday game followed by an early Sunday game. It's about an 11. By the time the games finish, it's about 13 hours between final puck drop and the first puck drop the next day. So rest and nutrition is at a premium. Little advantage to the home team, as there always is, I suppose. Sleeping in your own bed and your own travels. That one's lifted up into the glass, over the glass. We'll get the stoppage of play. Duke's leading point getter, Colin McCormick, with 28 this season. And of course, he's a second-year man as Arsenault breaks away. Trying to catch up to him, and he's saved there. Ewan McLeod with his first test. O'Leary streaking down the right side. Lots of speed from the right-hander. Try the wraparound. He got something on it. Great speed by the number 22 from the Armada. No icing on the call. Bungay is back. Kept in by aforementioned McCormick. Bit of a mishap on the Armada bench. Nobody's harmed. Arsenault shot high over onto the glass. McCormick tried to feed it in front. He did so. Couldn't find a partner. All took a bit of a tumble while getting the skates. 10-2. He's up and ready to go, though. Langell now will send it in on his own. Back forward is Makinen. He'll go behind the net, cross ice. As Pino starts out, he'll get it up to Surrett. He'll go across the Duke's blue line. Surrett forced wide. Hard shot, didn't get a lot on it. Maybe. McDonald got a piece of that one. Now Surrett from the prone position. And get that back to Makinen inside his own blue line. Chip through center ice, turned over, but now it's going to be DeBay, who played a big role in yesterday's game. It'll be backhanded. McCausland will see that all the way in. Leaves that for defenseman. Pino to Makinen, and he'll drive that in deep. McCausland back forth. And opt to shoot that up to Langell's waiting on the half wall. Feeds that up. Bump there by DeBay on Godkin. Still Hartman with possession. Some stick handling by Quinn McDonald. And a big hit there. Takes the glove off of Pino. He's up and going again, however. Again, good forechecking pressure from the Armada early on. We played 5 minutes in the first period. No score to speak of. Armada with the best look so far. Here's Hartman taking the rink-wide pass. He's got Broussard with him. Tracked down by Linda and Todd. Hartman decides to wrap that around. Pino there to pick that up. He'll go up the half wall. Who'll be first to it, Hartman or Fougere? It's high, going to float over the goal. Ewan McLeod watches that go over him. Banked high into center ice. Fougere takes a stumble. It's picked up by Murnion, who got his second goal of the season. That one offside. Dukes will have to back out. Murnion with his second goal of the year last night. Picked up by the aforementioned Murnihan. Collides with teammate Broussard. And fans on it. Now turned over for Scherer in front. Couldn't make the connection. Now a nice stick work by Kipton Elward. Chipping that ahead. McLennan. Shoot! Try to get the pad rebound. Ewan McLeod able to direct that into the corner out of the way of the charging Elward. That'll slide out. And Thompson retrieves that. He'll go back to teammate Bungay. Turned over by English, onside. Shot high and over everything from Gardner. Van Polgeest. He fanned on the shot. He's got Mason English charging on him. In comes Cash Fisher. Mackinnon behind the goal. Chipped ahead. Fougere waiting for it. Offside was Chisholm looking for the lead pass, and it will be picked up by Henry. Loves to rush the puck. Big Will Henry takes a bump. Nice work in the body by Chisholm. Outsized, but good body technique. That one will go on to Ewan McLeod. He'll handle that easily. Lofted ahead, trying to find Chisholm. Finds Henry instead. Tried to backhand it, unable to clear it. Brady. Henry starts out again now as fresh D come out for the Armada. Fisher gets a shot away. Ewan McLeod can't find it after the blocker save. And the Armada with a clear. Chisholm, one-time pass across the ice. Now O'Leary down the right side, hits the face-off dot, opts to slide it through the crease harmlessly. Defender was tied up. Here we go. Fougere looked like he had a bit of an opening, and he shot it wide. Good work by 22 on the Armada, and that will be an offside. Quick game. Lots of pace here early, as we're 8 minutes in with very few whistles. Great hockey to start out this Sunday. We hope you're doing well. Here on PEI anyhow, we're getting our snow shovels ready to go for tonight, tomorrow. We just had some last night after a week of rain. We'll be ready to go for some more snow tomorrow. McDonald, that gets through traffic. Ewan McLeod, nice steer into the corner with the stick. Shots are even at 5 with that one by McDonald. We'll go across Green. Oh, that hit a leg. Banked off the leg of Thompson. Sometimes those can be dangerous. Back behind the Armada goal. Bungay picks it up. He'll go on the wall. Clears. Nice backhand move by Maidment. And turned over to Murnihan. He'll get it to Arsenault. Spins and backhands that out. Picked up by Colin McCormick. Tries to hit Elward on the fly. Thompson watches it all the way back in, does Ewan McLeod. And that backhand will be into the mesh over the glass. We'll have our next stoppage of play. Eastern Dukes with the win last night and a St. John Vito's loss have opened up a 3-point lead in league standings. 5 points over the Basin Armada, who sit in 4th place currently. Hartman with a neat redirect up to Godkin. He's bodied out of the way by Surrett. Hartman will pick it up on Ewan McLeod, and he'll stop and collect that one for the whistle. And as soon as I mention a nice fast pace, it slows down. Face off to the left of the Armada goaltender. Surrett tried to get that through. Picked up by Murnahan, and double teamed was Surrett in front of the penalty box. Hartman can't come away with it through center ice now. Godkin will pick it up. He'll dump it and go chase it. Mackinnon back for the Armada. 3-7s there, 2 for Maidmont in the back of the jersey, and Godkin with 1-7. Turned around shot. That was crossbar material. Langell tried to go over the shoulder. The puck sits dangerously in the crease. Picked up by Mackinnon and cleared out of the way. Back for the Dukes inside the second half. Now there's a turnover. That's Fougere trying to wrap it around. Good technique by McCausland to seal the post. Broussard stick handling through, loses the puck, and back comes the Armada. O'Leary across the line, onside, chips it ahead. Bowering was tied up with Brady. Prevented him from picking that up. McLennan able to get that, but turned over at the Armada blue line. Maidman comes, that's Pino coming back the other way. He's taken out by Bowering, who loves to throw the body. In behind. Another one low. McCausland can't find it, and the net is off. Armada with some better energy here this morning. You can certainly hear that from their bench. Lots of praise coming their way. A little more hop and jump this morning. And you can certainly see it in the play. Early goal by the Dukes last night may have got the Armada back on their heels a little bit. And there's no back on their heels this morning, that's for sure. 9 minutes to go in period number 1. We're waiting for our first goal. McLennan slips through. Quincy McLennan with a long reach. Nice job by Thompson to recover. McLennan will go back to Bowering, back to McLennan. He'll take it along the half wall, trying to get a centering shot. That is ricocheted off an Armada stick, and we'll go into the mesh yet again for our second lost puck of the morning. The store is open at noon. We might have to make a run between intermissions for some new rubber. Face off to the left of McLeod. The right on your screen. The Armada in their road blues and with blue trim. Dark blue with light blue trim. Another one along the goal line, and McCausland's been good low here this morning. And the Dukes in white. They're traveling from left to right, west to east on your screen. The white and the dark, light and the white dark jerseys switch halfway through the season. So if you got used to seeing dark as the home color, you're going to have to adjust your TV sets or adjust your customs. That's out. Now Fisher, he'll go one-on-one. Mackinnon, Fisher, nice stick check by Mackinnon to throw that puck to the side. Cross-ice pass. Mackinnon's got the blue line. He'll go wide, forced by Quinn McDonald. Another low save by McCausland. Sam Dunn, another top scorer from the Dukes. He's forced wide. Heavy hit. Heavy hit, and it's a little too heavy. According to the officials, this will be boarding against Creighton of the Armada. So Dunn is up. Armada penalty to number 11, Benjamin Creighton. 2 minutes for boarding. That's Creighton for boarding. Time of the penalty is 12:17. So the Dukes power play clicking at a 1 in 5 percentage and a strong penalty kill from the Armada, just about killing 9 out of every 10. So it's a good battle here. In tight, Langell drops the puck. Goes back to McCormick. Down low in front. Slides through the crease. McCormick hustling to grab it before it crosses the blue line. They go back to English. English has got in front. Langell with a shot at it. Ewan McLeod holds the line. Kept in by Campbell Dunn, indeed, with the glove. And now Quinn McDonald with 1 minute gone in the penalty. Will rush ever so gently up the ice. He gets English. Now English tries to go into the gear of Ewan McLeod. Nice stop. Steady saves on both ends of the ice. Fisher starts out from behind his own goal. 30 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Good stick block by McKinnon. As Hartman tried to get that through, back to Arsenault, over to Fisher. He'll go to Murnahan. Steps in. Nice save, McLeod. Ewan McLeod again. Go on the half wall. Duke's trying to get it through. This slips through the crease. And back comes Maidment. Penalty is over. No great looks for the Dukes. A couple of in kites, but Ewan McLeod shut the door with those. We're approaching the 15-minute mark of play. Still no score between these two top 4 teams in the league. Playing back-to-back, third time in about 9 days. Connor Arsenault loses the puck to McKinnon down below his crease. It's Thompson trying to find the speedy O'Leary. Cross ice, couldn't connect with Thompson. Duke's D deciding who's going to go get it. Ultimately comes to Henry. Now Hartman, clean pass up to Connor Arsenault. He'll cross the red line to McLennan. Arsenault, McLennan takes the shot. Oh! Ewan McLeod got a piece of that. And he got just enough as that slipped through the gear and slid dangerously through the mouth of the goal. Broussard has McLennan now. Broussard with the stick work through the crease, and he's unceremoniously brought to his backside. Pardon me, that was Gardner that was taken down. Back for the Armada. Surrett with Auld. Surrett's got a shot. Shoots. Save. Mason McCausland out to greet Surrett. Sometimes the goaltenders can determine whether or not there's going to be a shot or a pass, and McCausland, I think, took his chances with that one. That was going to be a shot. Sometimes they're locked into that with no passing option. 4 minutes remain. Face-off will be to the left of McCausland. Puck drop goes behind the Duke's goal line. Green clears that up the line, and Gardner pushes it forward. Green keeping that from crossing the blue line. Turned over. Broussard. He gets past one defender. Chips that through, but Bungay will pick it up. Quinn McDonald. Offensive defenseman will push that deep, and Dukes make changes. Pino gets it up to Fougere. He also has Van Polgees, who gets a shot. It's bouncing towards McCausland, who will smother and cover. This is game number 25 for the Eastern Dukes, so the season is certainly moving along in game number 24 for the Armada. It's a 33-game schedule, so we're certainly in the November or December of the schedule, if we want to use the calendar analogy. And again, we mentioned last night, it's a tight battle. Top 4 teams now only separated by 5 points. Last night they were separated by 4 points, if I have my memory right. 36, 35, 34. Yep, that's correct. Offside are the Armada in front of the Dukes bench. And now the Armada's turn to go on the power play. We'll see what the Armada can do with the man advantage. 2-minute head contact for Godkin. Duke's penalty to number 7, Cohen Godkin. 2 minutes for head contact. That's Godkin for head contact. Time of the penalty is 17:38. Armada in front. Just off the puck was Van Poelgeest. Brady was upended to the side of the net. Armada working around. O'Leary controls it at the point. Makinen dishes off into the face-off circle, and a shot rebounded wide. Back to Makinen. He'll take the straight-on shot. Now O'Leary winds up. A nice block by McLennan. Making good friends with his goaltender. We're doing some of that. Broussard, penalty killing out there with McLennan. And McLennan will get the long stick on that one. Length of the ice. Armada under a minute to go in the man advantage. Dukes make wholesale changes thanks to that 200-foot clear. Back is O'Leary. Armada have DeBay now. Makinen. And the Dukes with seemingly all sorts of time to manage the puck inside their own zone. Here's Murnahan trying to go end-to-end. A little more urgency perhaps on the power play might be asked by the Armada bench. This is Makinen. He'll send it along behind the goal. Picked up by Connor Arsenault. He skates again unchecked through there. 10 seconds remaining is all. Arsenault's going to get a shot right on, and a save from Ewan McLeod. Godkin will join the jump. Right out from the penalty box. Godkin off the cage perhaps of Ewan McLeod. As a goaltender myself, always good to get there. There's a shot, and Gardner couldn't get good wood on it. He was tied up by Fougier, and Ewan McLeod grabbed that one. Always better to get those off the front of the cage than the side. And I believe that's where Ewan McLeod caught it. Seems to be okay. So, pair of 21s, Gardner and Auld, having some conversation on the way to their respective benches. Just 4 seconds remaining, 3-2. And that will do it for period number 1. A very fast period of hockey. We'll leave you with no score. Shots on goal are 11 for the Armada and 13 for the Eastern Dukes. We will step aside for our first intermission. Please come on back and join us. Freshen your coffee, grab some pancakes and toast, and we'll be back on High Button Sports. Welcome back to Montague the Beautiful in southeast Prince Edward Island, about 45-minute drive from Charlottetown. Makes it about an hour and 45 minutes to the nearest exit, which would be the Confederation Bridge. Some heavy winds the last week or so has made that challenging. But there'd be no better spot to be stuck than Prince Edward Island. Maybe more like July and August and January, February, but still we're a pretty good spot to hang out with. Scoring summary after the first period is nothing to report. 2 minor penalties, one side each in the power plays. 13-11 are the shots. It's been a very tight game. Both teams looking to grab that all-important first goal. Fougere with his teammate Florian Polge's just a skate blade offside. And we'll settle it down outside the blue line. Ryan drops the puck, clean win. Back to Mackinnon, off the gear of Hart. So it goes forward to the Armada zone. And turned around. Langell spins it behind. McLeod opts to leave it. Mackinnon picks it up. He cleans it up. Green pushes it right back in as Godkin on his way offside. High, long pass. That's through the glove of Green. No icing. Back forward is McLeod, chased by Fougere. Wraparound attempt. And Godkin ends up with it. He'll go high. Some rinks that would be into the rafters, but not here. That's McDonald takes a little bump at the blue line, able to get it at least down to the hash marks. And back come the Armada. Murnahan attempting to go back. Puts it on his own goal. And that's McCausland with the easy save. However, the face-off will favor the Armada in their offensive zone. Devin DeBay settles in against McCormick. McCormick comes away with the win after a bit of a scrum for it. Arsenal takes a shove from Kino. Puck lands behind the goal, and the Armada attempt to break it out, and they do so. Here's Maidman. Here's DeBay. Splits the defense. Maidman misses the net, and in the process bumps into it. So that will be the whistle, and good feed. DeBay had some breakaway speed right through it. And it was due to Maidman bumping into the net and being the cause of the delay. That will take the Armada outside of the Duke zone. Turnover now. No offside. Maidman picks it up again. He gets it up. To neutral ice, picked up by DeBay. He'll go wide. Forced there by Campbell Dunn. Murnahan. Change of direction up to Arsenault now. Back on the stick, Arsenault. Forced wide. Back in, slip through the crease. Ewan McLeod with a save in tight. Armada with a much stronger game thus far. I was looking for the right adjective, but stronger will work. Thus far, better in their own zone, better in the Duke zone. And that's in front. Sticked away, I believe, by the goaltender, Ewan McLeod. Now here comes the speedy O'Leary. Can he split the D? O'Leary, force wide, Henry O'Leary slides that through the crease. Nice rush there by the Armada's number 22. Fisher able to get it to center. Mackinnon will push it right back in. McCausland settles it down. What's he going to do with it? McCausland likes to play the puck. He'll go wide with it. Picked up by Sam Dunn. Not out. Still on the line. Now Brady turns around the other way. Leaves it for O'Leary. The big shot, another block. Brady can't get a handle on it. And Todd's shot will whistle wide. Makinen all the way around to him, keeping it in. Not a terribly physical game thus far. Unable to get that puck down into Armada zone with a little poke of the stick. Makinen avoids the forecheck by Fisher. Out to Henry. Center ice, he'll bank it off the glass. Lands to Sam Dunn, he'll bank it back again. Still some neutral zone work. Makinen's past the check of Dunn. Makinen's heavy shot scores! Cooper Makinen with a heavy shot. And the Armada will lead for the first time this weekend. Makinen from Chisholm with a great shot. And the Armada are on the board, 1-0. Armada goal scored by number 77, Cooper Makinen. Assist to number 7, Owen Chisholm. That's Makinen from Chisholm. Time of the goal is 2:28. And that is Makinen's 9th goal and 18th point on the season. Pretty impressive for a defense. We knew these Armada would not lay down and go quietly, that's for sure. Surratt backhands at it. Gardner being chased by the speedy Fougere. He's right on top of him. Gardner able to escape trouble. Now Broussard through center. Trying to make moves on the D. He gets through. Picked up, however, by Thompson. He'll circle behind his own goal. Bumped by Gardner. Trying to find in front. Excellent defending with the stick by Pino. Now Fougere. In front again. Shot just missed. Would have been an excellent look there. Fougere. Pino jumps forward to keep that blue line held down. And McLennan trying to get the stick onto that. He does so through neutral territory. McLennan drops for Godkin. Goes back to McLennan in tight. Saved by Hugh McLeod. It's loose in front. Scooped up by DeBay. He'll go up the near wing to you. Watching from home, DeBay has Maidment. So with good speed. It's in front! Huge save, McCausland! Excellent setup by the Armada. They're buzzing now with 2-on-1. DeBay in front! Oh, off the outside of the post from Maidment. Set up nicely by DeBay. Now Langell has got a slight break. Todd's back with him. Langell can't get a clean shot away. It's lofted in front. Hartman trying to catch up with that. Nash Langell behind the Armada goal. The Godkin Hill fire and turn. I suppose turn and fire would be the correct order. That's high. Can Aylward keep it in? He does so. A soccer keeper in the offseason is Aylward. Good hands. Taken down was Godkin. No call on the play. Langell in front of his own bench. Avoids Bungay. Shot, McLeod, Hugh McLeod, first stop, looking forward. There's a heavy shot by Murnahan. And another block there. And now we'll have some post-whistle conversation between the two teams. Lots of that last night. Been pretty good so far this morning. To the Armada. On the strength of a heavy shot by Cooper Makinen, have taken a 1-0 lead here on this Sunday morning, January the 18th. We're just about ready to call it Sunday afternoon. as the clock will strike not midnight, but noon momentarily. Henry unable to keep the puck in. He'll go back, and the goal scorer Mäkinen will retrieve it. Mäkinen cycles back. Finds Creighton. Chipped ahead. Now the Armada come with two. One man back. Bowering trying to get a stick on it. Nice work by Jackson Bowering to get that to Campbell Dunn. Arsenault chips it forward. He's handled by Mäkinen along the wall. McCormick's in deep. There's Bowering pinching in to the half wall. Collision in front. Arsenault shoots. That hit a leg and went cross ice. Puck able to be kept in by Arsenault for the Dukes. He'll shove it right back in, and there goes Pino. He'll find Brady. Leaves it for O'Leary. O'Leary crosses the blue line. O'Leary shot. Couldn't get it away. Henry blocking that and blew a tire on the way into the wall. He's back to his feet, however. O'Leary behind the goal. Tried to wrap around. It's in the goal. And Seth O'Leary has doubled the Armada lead. It is now 2-0 Armada. Speedy Seth O'Leary.
22 unassisted.
And that was all Seth O'Leary right there. They say speed kills. And that was an unassisted goal by O'Leary. Kind of made that happen by himself. Armada goal scored by number 22, Seth O'Leary, unassisted. That's O'Leary, unassisted. Time of the goal is 7:55. O'Leary's 25th point on the season, 14th goal. He's towards the top of his team, trailing only Fougere. And the Dukes now are in a hole, 2-0. And we have Fougere chasing down another top scorer, Fougere. That shot went wide. Fougere keeps coming. The Armada have fresh legs today. Sam Dunn takes out his man behind the goal. Dunn. Big battle there. Dunn is dropped. Murnahan. Now Fisher getting up from his knees for the Dukes as Bungay. And we will see a cross-checking penalty. So this is the opportunity our Dukes were looking for, as Van Polgeest will head for cross-checking. Armada penalty to number 23, Lucas Van Polgeest. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Van Polgeest for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 11:18. So Ewan McLeod tested early on the power play. Crossed the ice. English went to Dunn. Comes back to Quinn McDonald. His shot! English tried to tap that out of the air, and he did so. Just off the net, another shot by McCormick. Was wide. Armada get that down with authority. That took a big kick. And McCausland had to be careful. That didn't redirect off himself into the empty net. Dunn kept in now by Hartman, just fresh off the bench. Hartman loses it, and it'll slip across the blue line. Half a penalty to go. 55 seconds remaining, now 50. Arsenault leaves it for Langell. A shot, rebound is there. Battle for it in the corner. It comes free to Murnahan. 30 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Dukes. He'll go down low. Arsenault, cross ice. Passes just quite aren't there. And back comes Surratt down the right side. Surratt, McCausland with a huge save to keep it at 2. It's a great burst of speed for Surratt. And an equally great save by the Dukes goaltender, McCausland. Shot off the side of the net. The Dukes were back to even strength. 8.5 to go in period number 2. It's now 2-0 Armada. Goals by Mackinnon and O'Leary. Dukes able to keep it in. Be a long pass attempt, no icing. Strategic as all, comes back for it. Murnahan, he'll bump. Murnahan circles in his own zone. To McLennan, crosses the blue line. Looks to find Arsenault. No icing. Back for it again. Murnahan this time with DeBay on his rear view mirror. Murnahan in traffic. Circles back. Over to Green. Murnahan takes a big bump. Now Bowering. Cross ice passes. He's run into the boards as well. McLennan and Gardner chases down Bungie. Gardner feeds in front. McLennan got a stick on it. Tied up, wasn't able to do much with it. And back through center, DeBay turned over to McLennan, who ran into teammate Gardner. Bungay will be back for it. 7 to go in period number 2. 2-0 Armada. Turned over Godkin. Got a clean look. Godkin! Nice save, Ewan McLeod. Godkin in front. That's right on the goal mouth. And cleared away by the Armada defender. This will be icing. So Godkin with the turnover. Had a good look on Ewan McLeod, and the Armada goaltender with the left leg save. Dukes with the face-off win, keeping it in. Godkin on Todd. Chisholm leading the rush. Now it's Brady in tight around the goal. Armada have been buzzing here in the second period. That's O'Leary, the second goal scorer. That's on net. A redirect perhaps by Brady. Goes wide. Armada certainly pressing, showing why they're in the top 4 in this league. Aylward waits and finds the open man, Hartman. His pass, a little too far for Godkin. So icing is the call against the Dukes. Puck drop to the right of Mason McCausland. Again, this is a rematch of last week's Ice Jam semifinal. And right in Armada's home rink. Tighter game than the score would indicate. 2 empty net goals. Took it from a 3-2 game to a 5-2 game. Langell! His backhand was wide. And well, the speedy O'Leary. He's trying to break out. Equally speedy Hartman bumps his man. Thompson will be back for it for the Armada. Shovels that forward. And a clean play now. Green trying to catch back up. Oh, that one is, oh, look. A little offside. We'll let the referee make the call in front. Big save. McCausland looking for it. The net may be off again. So we'll do it again to the right of McCausland. Shovel back in by the Armada. They've had much more ozone presence today than last night. Right on McCausland. He'll cover for the whistle. Shots are even at 6 here in the second period. One now by McCormick. He'll break it out to Dunn. Up to Arsenault. He'll lose the handle as the pressure of Pino. Now we have 3 Dukes coming. McCormick tried to shovel ahead. It's now McCormick. Arsenault going to get a shot on it. Good defending by Pino all the way back. And that one shot into Ewan McLeod. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would take out your 50-50 tickets, we'll have today's winning number. The winner will take home $120. And please see Cindy Bowering at the entrance to the rink underneath the flags. The last 4 numbers of today's winning ticket are 6532. Once again, the last 4 digits on the winning ticket number are 6532. The Eastern Dukes, thank you for your support. Yes, we do it all here on High Button Sports, even the 50-50 business. Arsenault gets to the slot, couldn't get a shot away. And he was unceremoniously dropped. Armada defensive pressure has been much better today. They're on top of the Dukes, not letting those clean looks happen. Chisholm from his own zone, being bothered by McCormick, hits the blue line. There will be now a call coming against the Dukes. McCormick, the captain, will sit. A cross check. Duke's first penalty of the morning afternoon. And they can ill afford to concede one more goal here the second penalty. First of this period. Duke's penalty to number 6, Colin McCormick. 2 minutes for cross-checking. That's McCormick for cross-checking. Time of the penalty is 16:37. First look turned away by McCausland. There's the second one. In tight. Mackinnon and O'Leary, the 2 goal scorers at the point. Mackinnon, that shot, blocker save, and it's in. The rebound was pounced upon by, I believe, Zach Fougere. And power play goal towards the Armada has now made it a 3-0 game. So, costly penalty. in terms of goals.
10-8-22.
The helpers from Surratt and O'Leary. Armada goal scored by number 10, Zach Fougere. Assists to number 8, Sebastian Surratt, and number 22, Seth O'Leary. That's Fougere from Surratt and O'Leary. Time of the goal, 17:27. Now McCausland sprawled out as the Armada want more. Essentially turned the tables on the Dukes this morning from last night. Inside the last 2 minutes of period number 2, Armada with a 3-0 lead. Thanks to the power play rebound goal by Fougere. His team leading 29th point. Fisher taken out by Ald. We're approaching the last minute of play here in period number 2. Dukes would love to get one on the board. Hartman jumping in off the bench, but DeBay clears. In front, it's dangerous. Wow. McCausland had to be super sharp as that landed on him very unexpectedly. Puck drop to McCausland. He's been busy. Shots at the moment are 11-7. Aylward chips it in. He'll go chase it. And a heavy hit leveled by Aylward. And maybe that will get the Dukes hopping a little bit more. He ran over the Armada defender behind the goal. Here's McDonald. Decides to send it behind the goal. Back to Aylward. At the point, it's through! Ewan McLeod may have seen that at the last second, but it would be the last second. 15 seconds. Dukes now. That's blocked by Brady. Along the half wall, the hash marks. Scramble forward, just 5 seconds left. Back to Aylward. Gotta have to get the shot away. Over to McDonald, then time expires. One last shot. Not sure if it beat the buzzer or not. We'll say it did. Shots on the second period were 11 for 22 after 2 and 9 for 22 after 2. So the shots are even, but the Armada with 3 goals in that period from Mackinnon, O'Leary, and Fougere have taken a 3-goal lead. We'll be back after the intermission. Please join us in High Button Sports for period number 3 from Montague, Prince Edward Island. Welcome back to Montague. Third period action coming right up. It was a big second period for the Basin Armada. Cooper Mackinnon opened the scoring with a vicious shot, top shelf. 3.5 minutes in. That followed up with a speedy wraparound by Seth O'Leary 4 minutes later. And then on a power play late in the period, 2.5 minutes remaining, Zach Fougere banged home a rebound, and that's where we sit, 3-0 Armada. So even though they were down 5-0 in the third yesterday, they definitely won the third period on shots and goals, and they have carried that forward to Sunday morning, now into Sunday afternoon. So momentum on the side of the Armada currently. Handled by Hugh McLeod. McDonald now. Dukes would, that one over the glove of Hugh McLeod. He flat out missed it. If that had been on goal, that would have been the first goal of the morning for the Dukes. And that one's up into the netting. Maybe off the helmet of a Duke. Kind of a bit of an unusual sound as it lifted over the glass. So the Dukes will get the face-off with Colin McCormick. Now tied for the Dukes' all-time leading points. And as of last night, and he's stuck there today. Hoping to get his team on the board. Back to McDonald again. That shot will be handled by Hugh McLeod. Much more comfortably, of course, along the ice. Stick save, and settles that down. We'll go to the other side for the puck drop. McCormick. Van Polgeest. Shoveled ahead by Campbell Dunn. He outraces Thompson for it. Arsenault tried to feed it in front. Armada doing a very good job of not letting the Dukes have good looks. They are being pressured seriously inside the Armada zone. So very good defensive job. Cross ice. That one over the net from Elward at the point. Murnahan races to catch up to it. Pushes it back in. Some good time now by the Dukes in Armada territory. Now the Armada come away. Picked up by Murnahan. And McCormick golfs that in. Ewan McLeod opting to go to his left on the backhand. And that was done on the doorstep, looking to pick that up. Murnahan lets it settle on the stick. Campbell Dunn retreats into his own zone. Chisholm. That's Fougere. Campbell Dunn's through everybody. Falls to his knees in the process. Loses the stick. That's Pino lofting it high. And it's going to be Murnahan. First to it. Dangerous in front of his own net. Lofted ahead, now Fisher. 2.5 gone in period number 3. Armada have opened up a 3-goal lead in the second period. Dukes would love to score one early. Take away some of that momentum. English gets it back around. Bowering chips it back. Swing and a miss by Mackinnon. Now Dunn tries to backhand that in front. Cleverly stopped by the Armada. O'Leary wins the stick battle with Fisher. Surrett on the hash marks, takes a bump, gets it back to Thompson, keeps it in. He'll take the shot, that's off the stick of Fisher, goes to Bowering, who will start up. Backhands it up to Fisher, not out. Brady able to keep it in for the Armada. In front of the Dukes bench. Bowering bumps his man, puck lands back on the stick of Thompson. Heavy shot, nice stick blocked by Fisher. There's the first shot on McCausland. There's the second one. Comes back to Thompson again. That one didn't make it through and landed on the stick of Sam Dunn, who can't get it out. Brady lofts it high. Bowering gloves it, brings it down. Still kept in. Good effort by Surratt to do so. Armada now with some pressure in the last minute and a half in Duke's territory. Back and forth between English and Langell. Mackinnon offside. That was Maidman, who was a half a step in. 4 minutes and 1 second gone in period number 3. Puck drop outside Duke's territory. Green will lead the rush. He'll get through. He's got Godkin with him. Back forward is Todd. Up to Creighton in front of the Armada bench. Kept that in. McDonald. Weak shot will get into Hugh McLeod. Steers it into the corner. Hartman will go one-on-one with Pino. Tight shot. Hugh McLeod holds his ground. DeBay loses the race to it. With Godkin now, he'll go for a pass. Now that was Langell, tried to backhand, and that missed everything. Lofted high, it's going to get out. Back to McDonald. He'll settle it down. 5 minutes have been played in period number 3. Armada holding on to that 3-goal lead. Although the Dukes have had a better first start to this period. With some pressure, still not getting that golden quality chance. And the Armada have done a good job defending. Murnahan keeps it in. Godkin with the shots! And Hugh McLeod with a quick glove. Nice job by the Armada goalie to scoop that out of harm's way. Aylward crosses the line. He's got Gardner, Hugh McLeod. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to recall the 50-50 ticket number. It has not yet been claimed. So if you'd like to do a double check, the last 4 digits of the number are 6532. 6532 are the last 4 digits. You can please see Cindy Bowering underneath the provincial and Canadian flag at the entrance to the rink. Fougere is bumped off the corner, shot in tight! Boy, oh boy, Auld had the puck on his stick, and McCausland shut it down. Fougere, a neat little drop to Van Polgeest. He can't get through Aylward. Oh, that took a funny bounce. My goodness. Not sure if that would have landed on the net or not, but it was a good job of Hugh McLeod to stick with it just in case. Oh boy, Armada. That was chipped up into the air by McCausland on the shot, and the attacker nearly banged that in out of midair. Behind his goal, Thompson leaves it for Todd. He'll get that up to an empty wall. Bowering jumps up. Push down in front is McCormick, and multiple whacks. Thompson is giving it to McCormick. And he deserved, if not one, multiple shots at the cross check. So the Dukes with their first run at a power play here in the third period. Armada penalty to number 5, Charlie Thompson. 2 minutes for cross-checking. That's Thompson for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 7:12. McDonald, a little head fake. Trying in front, it's tight! There's McCormick with the goal, the power play goal. And the Dukes are on the board. We'll trade it. So McCormick has got them on the board. Didn't take long on that man advantage, and the Dukes bench is up now. All the way through the Armada. I don't know who the assist is. Back the other way now. Dukes perhaps with some new life. And that is McCormick's foray into history as the all-time Dukes points leader. We'll get the assist for you as well. And McCausland, the nice stop. Assist to McDonald and Sam Dunn. And we have an injured Armada. And that's DeBay in some discomfort. He's hunched over. The trainer out there. I think it's going to be just a matter of time. The trainer doesn't look terribly concerned. He's just going to need a minute to regain composure and he'll be back. Dukes trainer Paul Hartman as well out on the ice. Debating some obvious discomfort by the smirks on his teammates. I would say it's some part of the male anatomy that's been interfered with. He'll be okay in time. He's help to the Armada bench. And after that stoppage of play with 11:27, face off in Armada in Dukes territory, and the Dukes now they want to complete the comeback. Dukes goal, his 18th of the season, scored by number 6, Colin McCormick. Assist to number 3, Quinn McDonald. And to number 10, Sam Dunn. With that goal, Colin McCormick becomes the all-time Dukes points leader. Congratulations, Colin. So that's great for Colin McCormick. 2 years in the Dukes organization, and he's put a lot of points up on the board. Now one past former Duke Ramsey McGinnis. Now with the Charlottetown Knights, it's loose in front. Ewan McLeod scrambling for it. That's high. That one's off the cage of Ewan McLeod. Now the Dukes perhaps with a little bit of life. In front, and that slips through the goal. The Dukes have had a better third period than a second already. They came out in the first few minutes with more O-zone pressure, and they look to continue that now. They put one pass. Sam Dunn looking forward. That was swatted wide. Dunn trying to backhand it. His went wide. Quinn McDonald, it's there, and on the doorstep was done. So Hugh McLeod did well to contain that, keep the rebound out of harm's way. And the Basin Armada will call their timeout, try to settle things down. The Basin Armada will call their 32nd timeout. Not a bad move there by Coach Matt Donnelly. If nothing else, to give goaltender Alec Ewan McLeod a little time to catch his breath and catch his legs. He's been busy down low here lately in the last little bit. Of course, the Dukes with a strong push right out of the gate. Coach Will Proud had them ready to go in period 3. Power play goal by McCormick has given the Dukes some life. So it's the Dunn McCormick Arsenault line against O'Leary. Ald in front the one time. Dunn. Nice save there on the kick side from the Armada goaltender. O'Leary, Brady, and Ald. Finish my thought. Campbell Dunn able to chip that ahead past Makinen. Into the corner along the wall. Bit of a mix-up for it. McDonald kept it in. He'll go rink wide. Elward, big shot. That's again off the cage. And the cross-check will give the Dukes yet another power play. They were successful their first time. They would like nothing else but to repeat history. 4 cross-checking penalties in this game already. Armada penalty to number 21, Mason Ald. 2 minutes for cross-checking. That's Ald for cross-checking. Time of the penalty is 10:49. Battle along the boards. That one threatened to come into us in the penalty box, but stays out. Broussard first in for the Dukes. Kept in Langell, gonna scoop that up. Stick check there by Fougere, prevented a clean shot, and that one went high. 8:24 is what we have left in period number 3. Lots of young fans here getting ready to come onto the ice after this. A couple of teams ready to go. Looking up to these guys, hoping maybe one day that will be them. Playing some awesome U16 AAA hockey action. McCormick will go across to Dunn. A minute gone in the penalty. Back to Campbell Dunn. He scored the big goal. Ewan McLeod. Wow. Even though that was redirected, he saw it all the way in. Campbell Dunn with the big tournament goal last weekend. Named second team All-Star in the East Coast Ice Jam. Along with McCormick, tournament MVP. Settled down at the line by McDonald. He'll take a few strides in. Goes cross ice one time. The goal is empty and it's in. Ewan McLeod had to stretch out for that one, leaving the mouth of the net empty. And we have a new ball game. It's 3-2. English finished that one off for the Dukes. 8-14-3. Mason English off the one-time shot by Campbell Dunn. The rebound was there and English found it. Duke's goal, his 8th of the season, scored by number 8, Mason English. Assists to number 14, Campbell Dunn. And to number 3, Quinn McDonald. That's English from Dunn and McDonald. Time of the goal is 12:14. Got ahead of myself a little bit with the announcement there. It's now 3-2 with all sorts of time left. Don't go anywhere. That one will be off the helmet of McCausland at the other end. He'll want to shut the door, of course, the rest of the way. It's now 10-7 in terms of shots on goal in the third period in favoring of the Dukes. Godkin all the way through traffic. Not a hard shot. Looked more like a curling shot than anything. It did get in, and Ewan McLeod, no problem with that. So 2 power play goals here. Penalties have been costly in the third period for the Armada by McCormick and English. Quinn McDonald helpers on both. 14 points now in the year for Quinn McDonald in his first year with the program. That's a lot of power plays as McDonald. Good puck movement now. Green trying to maintain it. Good job by the Armada. Stolen by McCormick. He'll come back the other way with Arsenault. 2-on-2. McCormick gets the shot away. An unusually high number of shots to the cage, particularly on the Armada goaltender. And I know well that sound, as I've had a few of those myself. Arsenault bodies his man O'Leary, and he's not an easy guy to catch up to. Inside 6 to go. Armada clinging now to a 1-goal lead. It was 3. It's now 1. Oh, a turnover. Dangerous now. O'Leary flipped that backhand in front. Looking for the home run pass. Fisher can't get it cleanly. It was a good try. He's down first, though. Worked on by Todd. And behind the goal, Todd battling with Fisher. Helping there now, Mackinnon. Todd comes away with it. Broussard now will take over for the Dukes. Up to Brady. He'll chip that. Could be icing. Will be icing. So with 5:04 to go, the Dukes will have the face-off in the Armada territory. Get you a look at some upcoming schedules. We'll try to check in with some other games as we go along. Dukes travel to Moncton next Saturday for their only game of the weekend. That one whistled high off the stick of Broussard. And the Armada will be home next weekend to host the Wildcats. That's in Sackville. And then on Sunday, they'll host their other island team, the Rebels. And that is in Bedford. So that one will go wide. So the Dukes with an extra game on everybody will just have the one next weekend. And that'll allow some other teams to catch up on the schedule. Elsewhere in the league, the aforementioned Western Rebels have a 2-goal lead now in the second period on the visiting Fundy Thunder. McCausland got enough of it. Moncton and Kings are just getting underway. And in the first period, Cabot with a 2-1 lead on the visiting Valley Wildcats. McCausland has it somewhere underneath them. And he and the puck are on this side of the goal line. Fortunate for the Dukes. Big day in Moncton, of course, yesterday. Hockey Day in Canada. Lots of locals in person and on name. Lots of all sorts of wonderful players coming out of, well, all the Atlantic provinces, in fact. So a lot of local names. Past glory mentioned. Good to see, always good to see. Offside, McLennan had the puck slip off his stick. All sorts of time to see hockey heroes with some spotlight shone upon them, and of course the entire East Coast region. Our own Charlottetown Islanders with a big win last night in Halifax. They go at it again today. But the visiting Gatineau Olympic. That's a 4 o'clock start. That shot is not able to get through Bowering. Our own Dukes DJ Sean Rooney will be down in Charlottetown at the Eastlink Center doing music for the Islanders here, so he's got a busy day. Shot is under again, McCausland somewhere. So good luck to Sean with the Islanders game this afternoon doing the music. Charlottetown Knights, the parent club of the Eastern Dukes, with a tight 6-5 loss last night. Always tight when you're battling in Moncton. 6-5, pretty respectable, in fact, perhaps. They continued on, did the Knights, will continue on to visit the Northern Moose. That's a road trip, and that's a 2 o'clock start. Hopefully they'll get home before the worst of the weather lands this evening. 2:41 to go here. Still 3-2. Armada. Hartman. Murnahan. Backhands in front. Hewin McLeod again. He's doing a nice job sucking up those rebounds. And now it is time for a timeout for the Eastern Dukes. They're going to get their personnel rested. The Eastern Dukes call their 30-second timeout. So here we go, down to brass tacks. I'm 57 years old and I still don't know what that expression means, but anyhow, it seems appropriate. 2:29 is what's remaining. Campbell done, every face-off's big now. Arsenal, he'll circle the goal, looking for a Duke stick. Gets it to McCormick, he'll sling it in. It's in the net! McCormick from the point has tied it for the Dukes. Well, boy, oh boy, have we got ourselves an exciting 138 seconds coming up. Goodness gracious. Wow. Duke's goal, his second of the game and 19th of the season, scored by number 6, Colin McCormick. Assist to number 14, Campbell Dunn. And to number 12, Connor Arsenault. That's McCormack from Dunn and Arsenault. Time of the goal, 17:42. Wow. We told you it was going to be a dandy. I'm sure the dog will wait if you need to take it out. Hold on, we've got a couple more minutes of awesome U16 action coming up. The Dukes are looking to complete the comeback. They've made it 3. Can they take it all the way home now? That was a well-timed timeout by Coach Will Proud. We may see some free hockey here. Up to Campbell Dunn. We're going to shoot that on. Ewan McLeod steers it into the corner. That shot from McCormick heads eyes. There's another one. The message, no doubt, from Coach Proud is put pucks on the net. Let's see what happens. Done! Wow, a glorious chance. That was Maidman that got a stick on it. That could have been it right there. We're down to 70 seconds of regulation time. Fougere, wide open. Oh, a huge save by McCausland. That was the game right there. Last minute of play in the third period. Wow. And McCausland will cover at the side of the net, but my gosh, somebody needs to buy that guy a milkshake on the way home. That was something. Great setup from Fougere. I don't recall who had the shot. 54 seconds away from overtime. Fisher with Hartman. He's got all sorts of blue on him. Hartman again up. Back behind is Thompson. He'll find Surrett. Go cross ice. Friendly territory there. Pino pulls it out of his feet. Here's O'Leary. Surrett now. Intercepted by Murnahan. Good feed there. Tries to find Fisher. Murnahan prevented what would have been an easy shot for Surrett. 15 seconds to go. Long pass. O'Leary just out of his reach. It will be icing, much to the dismay of the Armada bench. Not happy with that call, or lack of one. And that will take the face-off back to the Basin. Armada's face-off. Ewan McLeod with just 4 seconds left, and every save is huge right now, and no rebound again. One more time, McCormick. McCormick tries to go forward with it. Good stick check by Surrett, and we are going to period number 4. Wow. 5 minutes of 3-on-3 hockey or less coming your way. And to the strains of Antigonish's own, the Trues, not ready to go. We're not ready to go, and I hope you're not either. Shots on goal in the third period for the Armada, 10, and for the Dukes, 16. And that brings the shot total to 32 for the Armada after 3, and 38 for the Dukes as we are ready to go. We're not ready to go, but overtime is ready to go. Let me clarify. Goaltenders with huge saves at either end, particularly McCausland with a late one there. And we'll see what 3-on-3 brings. Here we go. Settle in. Buckle up. It's overtime. Mackinnon hounded by McCormick. Mackinnon will take it the length of the ice. Murnaghan forces him wide. Shoveled in front. The net is off. It might be enough time for McCausland to get the glove off and get the net on. Helped by the referee. It's tied up behind the goal. DeBay is in there. Mackinnon looking for the puck to scramble out. Now 2 Dukes come with it. McCormick and Campbell Dunn. 35 seconds gone in overtime. McCormick, can he be the hero? Off the stick of Ewan McLeod and high. McCormick looking for the hat trick. Wow. It's a good job for our music man. That Islanders game has been pushed back a couple hours. And have a tight drive to Charlottetown. And I'm sure the Armada will take a few extra minutes in Prince Edward Island if it meant coming away with the win. That's a rush by Todd. Trying to find O'Leary. He's got it, scores! O'Leary with a great feed from Todd, and the Armada come away with a 4-3 win. Their one and only shot in overtime is all O'Leary needed. So a strong, valiant comeback from the Dukes.
Whoever's on Jones is phenomenal. Great fucking job.
Appreciate it. Turn this off for a sec, sorry. So the second goal of the game from O'Leary proves to be the game winner as a valiant third period 3-goal effort from the Dukes falls just a little bit short, and the Basin Armada come away with a 4-3 hard-earned victory. One shot only in overtime, that was the goal. We wish the Armada safe travels back home. Thank you very much for joining us here on High Button Sports. Have yourselves a great rest of your Sunday afternoon.